good set of roads they have around here.
Oh, the roads are amazing. And just doing it in silence in a forest like this, you know? We can stop and talk to each other. So I'm here with Eric Bostrom today riding the new Brammo Empulse R. We're in the mountains just outside of Ashland, Oregon, where these are made. And I don't know about you, I'm having a hell of a good time.
Yeah, right? The balance and just blasting around, it doesn't really feel like we're missing anything. Certainly not missing the noise.
This is a surprise to me. You know, I came up here expecting to ride a decent commuter bike with a decent range and, you know, enough speed to keep up on the highway maybe, and, you know, sort of end it there. And I think that what we found, these things are really fast.
They get it done. I know.
The feel through these, just the feel of what the tires and suspension are doing, you know, is just, it's out of this world. It's better than most gasoline bikes.
Yeah, there's no numbing of the road sensation through engine vibration.
None whatsoever.
Getting direct feedback.
And, you know, the chassis is also just really great because it turns really fast and it just holds whatever line you put it on.
Totally
doesn't move around at all.
Doesn't try to stand up or do anything goofy. It just holds its line.
All right, cool. Let's go ride some more and go back to the factory. Who do you think's gonna get there first?
I'd always put my money on myself.
That's probably smart. We're here at Brammo HQ in Ashland, Oregon with Brian Wisman. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That's correct. Yep.
And we just finished riding your new Empulse R electric motorcycle, which is pretty awesome.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
You know, it's still with 54 horsepower.
Yep.
It's not quite as fast as a 600. It's just not always 470 pounds. It's a little heavier. You know, about 75 horsepower down. But man, you were riding a street triple,
right?
And you know, we were on the same pace on those roads, weren't we?
You guys definitely dropped me yesterday, like legitimately dropped me on the ride. So, yep.
That Impulse just handles so well. It turns really fast and then it just holds that lean angle and holds that line. And one of the reasons you have so much confidence in the bike is it just has such a great feel. You really, you can really feel exactly what the brakes are doing, exactly what the tires are doing, exactly what the suspension is doing at all times.
Right.
What about your configuration makes that possible?
Well, a lot of it is pretty much inherent to the electric drivetrain. I mean, of course, the motor, you don't have a lot of reciprocating mass. We have a lot of torque, and the power delivery is just so smooth. So all of that adds that feeling of confidence. On top of that, we've put a lot of work into the chassis development. So we took all the learnings from the race bikes and kind of compiled it into the chassis design for the Impulse itself. So we've got a great battery system on the bike. So for this kind of riding that we did, you need a battery that can deliver a lot of power. There's 7 of these on each bike. We call this the BPM 1590, so it's 15 volts, 90 amp hours. And this is really the enabling technology for electric vehicles.
This gives us, 50 miles of fast, full throttle, knee down riding, or, between 70 and 100 miles of commuting, riding around town, normal, average everyday riding.
Right.
And the other thing that your motorcycle has that other electric bikes that I've ridden have never had before is a real level of user engagement and involvement in the riding experience.
Right.
And a lot of that's down to that gearbox. Can you tell us how that works?
Sure. This is a 6-speed gearbox that's on the bike. We kind of had an epiphany as we've been developing this bike over the last couple of years that a direct drive system always leads you to a compromise. You either got to choose whether you're going to gear for top speed and get a good top speed or gear for acceleration. And so you never get the best of both worlds.
Does it add any range or efficiency?
It depends a lot on the drive cycle. So the answer is yes and no. You have less efficiency on the way out to the rear wheel, but you can keep the motor operating in its efficient RPM range more at the time.
It's a fun bike. Really, my only criticism is that it needs more ground clearance.
Okay. Well,
you're over in the corner. You can't go much further than the peg wants to drag.
Sure.
So get some rear sets out there.
We will do that, and the bike's been designed to accept a host of aftermarket options. So we're working on side bags, rear bag for it, definitely rear sets, clip-ons. The initial concept bike was released. All those photos were with clip-ons on the bike, and we've made sure that we can fit those on too in the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.